There are things that present themselves as healthy, and that's exactly what makes them dangerous. The packaging says, contains fiber, no sugar, a source of energy. The box looks clean, modern, with little green leaves printed on it. People over 60 believe these promises more than others. Not because they're naive, but because they were raised in a different time, when words on a label used to mean something real. But today, behind those words, something else often hides. We at Elderly Council want to talk about 6 foods that seem harmless, but as the body ages, they begin to work against you. First product, breakfast cereals, granola, and fitness flakes. These were once marketed as a revolution, a light breakfast, enriched with vitamins, full of minerals, easy, tasty. You pour it from the box, add milk, and that's it. A product that does all the work for you. It especially appeals to older people, quick, clean, convenient. No need to cook. And it seems harmless. After all, it contains grains, bran, dried fruits. But if you look more closely, you'll see why a breakfast like this might slowly be pulling you away from your health. First, sugar. Even when the box says sugar-free, that only means there's no plain sucrose. But you'll still find glucose syrup, maltodextrin, fruit juice concentrate, inulin. These all spike blood sugar even faster than sugar itself. That means a sharp insulin response, followed by a drop, followed by weakness, anxiety, hunger, overeating. Second, starch. Breakfast cereals are heavily processed. The grains are puffed, baked, toasted. This destroys the natural structure of the grain. What's left is starch that the body converts into glucose almost as quickly as candy. But no one notices. I don't eat pastries, someone says, while pouring their third bowl of cereal. Third, refined fats. Especially in crispy granola, where you'll find baked chunks flavored with caramel, chocolate, nuts. These bits are toasted in refined oil. And that is one of the key accelerators of vascular aging. The most dangerous thing about these breakfasts is that they create the illusion of healthy eating. You eat them believing you're taking care of yourself. But in fact, you're triggering processes every day that lead to chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, disrupted metabolism, and the accumulation of visceral fat. These kinds of meals are especially harmful when you live alone. No one's cooking. There's no habit of warm homemade food. And so simplicity becomes a form of slow loss. What's better? A slice of dark rye bread with olive oil and warm lemon water. Or plain oats cooked in water with a spoon of oil. Even a baked apple with nuts. Something warm. Gentle. Real. Not convenient, but nourishing. Second product, fruit yogurts for gut health. Contains bifidobacteria, live cultures, supports immunity, so say the labels. These promises resonate deeply with older people. After all, digestion really does change with age. The gut flora shifts. You want to support your system. And it seems, here it is, a light, tasty yogurt. It must help. But more often than not, the opposite happens. Let's look at the ingredients. A typical fruit yogurt includes sugar, 12 to 20 grams per 100 g. That's 2 to 4 teaspoons in each cup. Starches and thickeners, to make it creamy and stable. Flavorings and colors, even if there's a strawberry on the label, there may be no real fruit inside. Skimmed milk, stripped of its natural fat, thickened with milk protein additives. Together, these ingredients create a product that feels light, looks healthy, but in fact, promotes bloating, fermentation, pancreatic stress, and nighttime restlessness, especially if eaten instead of dinner. Worse, these yogurts don't satisfy. After an hour, you're hungry again. And the body has already absorbed the sugar, the starch, the hit, but not a sense of nourishment. The saddest part? The belief. You think, I'm eating yogurt, I'm taking care of myself. But really, you're feeding your microbiome sugar, disrupting balance, and draining your energy. What's better? Plain kefir with nothing added? Or full-fat Greek yogurt with a spoon of ground seeds? or even warm water with a teaspoon of flaxseed oil. Gut bacteria don't crave sweetness. They thrive on calm, warmth, and rhythm. Third product, 100% natural fruit juices. It's surprising how often juice is seen as health, especially among older people. "I gave up soda, now I only drink juice," they say. And there's pride in that. It feels like a step toward something more natural. Over there, bubbles and chemicals. Here, fruit. Vitamins. Nature. But with age, juice becomes one of the most misleading products of all. Because it pretends to be a fruit, but without everything that makes real fruit safe for the body. You look at the label, 100% orange. No sugar. No additives. No coloring. All seems fine. But when you squeeze an orange, you get liquid without fiber, without pulp, without the structure that slows down sugar absorption. What's left is a concentrated glucose bomb. One glass? It takes 3 to 4 oranges to make. No one eats that many at once. But juice goes down in seconds. What happens next? Sugar rushes into the blood. The pancreas reacts with a burst of insulin. Half an hour later, your energy crashes. You feel tired, hungry, anxious. If it's morning juice, it starts your day with a roller coaster of spikes and drops. If it's during the day or evening, it disrupts sleep because your metabolism can't process the hit in time. And let's add, in older adults, metabolism is already slower. Cells absorb sugar less efficiently. Insulin resistance is more common. The liver is more easily overwhelmed. And then comes the healthiest juice, creating a silent burden. And because it's liquid, your brain doesn't even register that you ate anything. All under the mask of natural. There's also acidity. Juices from orange, apple, pineapple, pomegranate, they're acidic. They irritate the stomach lining, especially when drunk on an empty stomach. That leads to heartburn, inflammation, and slow erosion of the digestive lining. What's better? Eat a whole fruit. Just one. With skin, with fiber, with chewing. Better still, warm water with a slice of lemon and a drop of honey. Or rosehip tea. Or unsweetened berry infusion. Don't drink your fruit. Eat it as it was made to be. Fourth product, crisp breads, rusks, and diet breads. No yeast, no flour, low calorie, with bran. Phrases like these often decorate the packaging of crunchy crisp breads. Especially the ones marketed as slimming or light food. Many seniors turn to these products instead of regular bread. On the surface, it seems like a good choice. Real bread feels heavy. These? Light. Dry. Crunchy. And again, it creates the illusion I'm making a healthy decision. But in these foods often hides harm that's not easy to detect right away. First, the ingredients. Most crisp breads are made from finely ground grains processed at high temperatures. Whatever good was in the grains, destroyed. What's left is starch. And that means rapid glucose, with no benefit. Second, lightness misleads. A crisp bread feels small, weightless. But it's dense in calories and empty in satisfaction. One won't fill you. You eat 3. Then tea. And suddenly, sugar spikes, hunger returns, energy drops. Third, strain on digestion. Dry food requires water. But if you eat it as is, it irritates your stomach lining. The food becomes scratchy, especially for older stomachs, where mucus and digestive enzymes are already reduced. And then, salt. Many crisp breads are high in sodium, especially the flavored ones. Cheese, herbs, olives, these are often artificial flavors with hidden salt. And that hits your vessels and blood pressure. Most concerning is the substitution of real food with imitation. Instead of a slice of whole grain bread with butter, a person crunches on a dry cracker, thinking it's better. But the body isn't fooled by packaging. It feels the emptiness behind the crunch. What's better? Real bread. Whole grain. With a little oil or butter. Or even a homemade flatbread from rye flour and water. Or vegetables. Or a bowl of soup. Something warm, moist, grounding. Dry doesn't always mean light. And light doesn't always mean good. Fifth product, vegetable oils in plastic bottles. On many kitchen shelves, you'll find a familiar bottle, clear, lightweight, golden liquid inside. Sunflower, refined, no smell. Nearby, maybe corn oil, soybean, or a fitness blend labeled light for frying. It seems harmless. Simple oil, nothing fancy. It's cheap, easy to pour, doesn't spoil quickly. Many older people use it daily, for frying, adding to porridge, salads. And it feels safe. What could be wrong? But it's in that simplicity where the danger lies, especially if the bottle's been sitting open, near light, for weeks or months. Refined vegetable oils, especially budget ones, undergo heavy processing. During this, antioxidants, natural fats, and vitamins are stripped away. What remains is a fragile fat, which easily oxidizes when exposed to light, air, or heat. What does that mean? Inside the oil, harmful byproducts begin to form, peroxides, aldehydes, free radicals. These substances quietly damage your cells. They worsen blood vessels, accelerate skin aging, and affect brain function. Not suddenly. Not in a single spoonful. But slowly, first a slight ringing in the ears. Then forgetfulness. A heaviness in the limbs. And before you realize, fatigue becomes constant. All of it beginning with just oil. If you fry with it, the harm doubles. Heating causes the release of toxic compounds, especially if the same oil is used more than once in the same pan. Now think, how long has that yellow bottle been on your shelf? It's familiar. It's how it's always been. And that's the danger. What's better? Unrefined oil, stored in a dark glass bottle. Kept in a cabinet. Added after cooking, not during. For frying, use clarified butter. Or cook without oil, on water, covered. Oil isn't just background flavor. It's powerful. Treat it like medicine, carefully, mindfully, with respect. Sixth product, gummy vitamins and sugary supplements. The health industry today is colorful, especially when it comes to vitamins for seniors. Entire shelves full of jars. Some shaped like candies. Bright, fruity, chewy bears or squares. The labels say vitamin D, magnesium, calcium, energy, for fatigue. Many people think if it's a vitamin, it must be good, even if it tastes like strawberry candy and looks like dessert. Especially when it says for 60+. But in truth, these supplements can do harm. Slowly, subtly, daily. Why? First, sugar. Many gummy vitamins contain glucose syrup, fructose, sucrose. One piece may have as much sugar as a candy. And you're taking 2 or 3 a day, believing it's healthy. Second, artificial flavors, colors, thickeners. Substances your liver and kidneys must filter. But after 60, these organs are already under strain. Third, dosing. Some vitamins are overdosed. One gummy contains double or triple the daily need. If you take them every day, you build excess. And that, too, becomes a burden. And perhaps most of all, it replaces intention. Instead of eating real food, resting, sleeping, caring for yourself, you chew a candy and believe it's enough. What's better? A nourishing soup. Whole grains. Fresh fruit. Natural spices. Warm water. Steady meals. The real vitamins are in food, movement, and breath. The rest is only support. And it doesn't need to be sweet, flashy, or fun. It needs to be honest. That's it. 6 products. Not forbidden. not officially harmful, not suspicious. And that's exactly what makes them dangerous. They don't frighten you. They slip into routine. And day by day, they quietly take away energy, clarity, strength. You don't need to change everything overnight. But noticing? That matters. We at Elderly Counsel don't make these videos to scare you. We make them to bring your attention back to yourself. Because food isn't just calories. It's choice. Every day. And especially after 60. If you recognized yourself in these words, tell us in the comments. What surprised you? What would you like to hear about next time? And of course, like and subscribe. It helps us grow. And it helps us keep showing up for you. Until next time. Take care of yourself. And choose your food like you would choose a friend, with warmth, wisdom, and respect.